Good evening to your all faithful viewers of Equinoxe television. It's 6 p.m. by our studio clock, and it's time for the news in the English language. We thank you so much for being with us tonight. Our major stories today: the problem of land grabbing or land disputes in the Fakot division is now taking another twist. The locals have for a long time now been crying foul that their lands are being seized from them illegally by private individuals. The people of Batoke stormed the Southwest Governor's office recently in a mass protest. They say they will have none of it anymore, and the land grabbing saga has to come to an end in the Fakot division. We will be explaining to you more about their grievances in this news edition. Plus, the long-awaited World Cup competition kicks off this evening in Mexico. The inaugural match will be played between South Africa and Mexico, but some players, fans, and other match officials say they have been facing serious issues having visas to give them access into the United States of America, where most of the World Cup matches will be played. What are some of the exigencies of the USA and controversies, as Sportsman Smart explains in this newscast? Those are our lead stories, viewers. Stay with us for details and more. Welcome back, viewers. Thank you so much for your usual confidence. We begin this edition in the Southwest region on land grabbing. The problem concerning land disputes in the Fakot division is now taking another twist. As we were told, the locals have for a long time now been crying foul that their lands are being seized from them by private individuals illegally. The people of Batoke recently stormed the Southwest Governor's office in a mass protest. They say they will have none of it anymore, and the land grabbing saga in the Fakot division has to come to an end, and that should be soonest. Let's now have more with Mala Glory.
With anger on their faces, written messages in their hands, and screaming at the top of their voices.
20 years. What are 20 years? One man.
These Batoke villagers stormed the governor's office in Boya on Wednesday. They are demanding immediate government intervention to get their ancestral lands back. The protesters claim the land was originally allocated to them by the Minister of State Property, Surveys and Land Tenure to be distributed among the Batoke natives. While many families have already built homes on their plots, others were shocked when third-party buyers showed up, claiming the same plots had been sold to them by local administrative officials. During the demonstration, the senior divisional officer and other local administrators arrived at the scene to calm the angry population, promising immediate administrative measures.
After all, the SGO came and met us there and told us that, well, he has been trying to handle this matter, but it's like the solution has not yet come. And next week, he is going to see how to call a meeting where he's going to resolve this.
However, the local population maintains that simple promises are no longer enough.
We are not very satisfied with the talk because we don't know, because this is not the first time. The land was not for the chief alone. You have to do with the villagers, the people of the community. So,
despite their worry, they hope this latest development will finally yield a lasting legal solution to their grievances.
We are just pleading that this time that the SGO is calling, let it be that he's going to resolve this matter, because this land does not belong to one person.
Meanwhile, the people of Batoke are also demanding transparency. Alongside the land dispute, they are denouncing the sudden unauthorized replacement of elected family heads who were originally chosen to oversee the fair sharing of the land.
You heard there in the reports by Mala Glory, the protest took place at the SDO's office in Limbe. And now, still in the southwest region, we take you to the Manu division to talk agriculture. After enduring a difficult cocoa season marked by a sharp decline in prices and reduced earnings, cocoa farmers and traders in the Manu are looking ahead with renewed optimism as preparations for the new season gather momentum. The season was officially launched in Mamfe by the senior divisional officer for the Manu, who called on stakeholders to strengthen collaboration, combat the illegal exportation of cocoa, and promote a more organized and profitable cocoa trade. Rex Afon tells us more from Mamfe.
Following a hard-aching cocoa season that witnessed a significant drop in the price of the cash crop, farmers and traders in Manu division are once again preparing for a new season. The season has been officially launched by the senior divisional officer for Manu during a meeting in Mamfe.
Cocoa farming is the mainstay of the people of Manu's division. You equally know that the prices of cocoa have dropped very dramatically and putting our populations in a very difficult position. We have come to encourage them and to reassure them of all what the government is doing to make sure that the situation is put under control.
For the Southwest Manu Cocoa Farmers Exporters Cooperative, their principal duty is to work closely with local authorities to prevent the illegal exportation of cocoa.
In our bylaw within us, we don't encourage illegal exportation of cocoa. We don't encourage fraudulent cacao. We are for the states. We are ready. We are paying our taxes, and we encourage everybody to pay. And in fact, one of our bylaws also is that it is mandatory for every member who sees anybody who tries to smuggle to alert the government.
Though they suffered greatly during the previous season, several factors helped them remain resilient and continue their activities.
We want to thank the support that our elites are giving to us, like Minister Mengon Victor Kongo. The advice he always gives to us that we should pay our taxes.
With the constant fluctuations in cocoa prices on both the local and international markets, farmers and traders in Manu remain hopeful that they will trade safely in the commodity and earn a decent living from it. They are working together with colleagues from Meme to form a strong business partnership.
They talk, say, they tell them, say, I am proud of you people.
To the nation's political capital, Yaoundé, where the Cameroonian government is tightening its grip on the mining sector in a bid to curb illegal gold exploitation and boost state revenue. Speaking at the Government Action Trade Fair in Yaoundé, the Minister of Mines, Industry and Technological Development announced the closure of nearly 200 illegal semi-mechanized gold mining sites and unveiled a series of stringent measures aimed at restoring order in the sector. More in this report by Babila Jonathan.
Cameroon is intensifying its fight against illegal gold mining, shutting down nearly 200 unauthorized semi-mechanized artisanal mining sites in the East and Adamawa regions. The announcement was made by the Interim Minister of Mines, Industry and Technological Development, Professor Fu Calistus Gentry, during the Government Action Trade Fair in Yaoundé.
The restructuring has come to stay. We have already taken more than 100 companies to court in the East and Adamawa regions. We want to improve. What you see in Dubai and what you see in Cameroon is a simple fact that what is declared is not the correct amount. It's not more a problem for the Ministry of Mines, it's a problem for the nation.
As revealed by the minister, the companies affected were operating without valid mining permit. Authorities have ordered all illegal operators to immediately cease activities and dismantled their installations as part of a nationwide effort to combat illicit extraction, reduce gold smuggling, and safeguard state revenue. The government has also outlined conditions for companies seeking to resume operations. Mining companies will now be required to meet minimum production thresholds, declaring at least 5 kilograms of gold per month for every 5 production units in operation. The Minister of Mines, Professor Fukalistus Gentry, emphasized that the era of fraudulent mining activities is over.
Cameroon should be able to collect close to 2 tons in national reserves every year, and we will arrive where we make mining a green field activity.
Beyond the crackdown, the ministry says it is accelerating major industrial mining projects involving iron ore, bauxite, limestone and gold to boost economic growth and increase government revenue from the extractive sector.
And now let's talk about the bad states of roads in the northwest region. The deplorable state of the National Road number 11 has left so many local residents stranded somehow. A journey that used to take 45 minutes now costs between 800 and 1,000 francs CFA. It has moved upwards now to 20,000 francs. Today, motorbikes are the only reliable or viable option, taking at least 5 hours to navigate through the terrain, while vehicles spend days stuck in the mud. Mala Glory tells us more.
Traveling from Wum in the Mencham division to Bamenda in the northwest region has become a nightmare. The road, stretching at least 85 kilometers, is practically impassable due to its muddy and slippery nature, making it incredibly difficult for commuters. For example, a heavy-duty truck that left Benakuma on Thursday has been stuck on the spot within the Bafut forest for over 3 days. The driver recounts his ordeal.
To leave Benakuma to Bamenda is at least 3 or 4 days. Wow. So we have dog, we have spades, I have 2 motorboys. The other one has gone to go and look for food since the vehicle got spoiled.
According to a bike rider, transporting a corpse from Bamenda to Zoar, a village after Wum, says that people prefer using bikes because the journey by bike is faster and more reliable than traveling by vehicles, which can take several days. Because of the poor nature of the road, vehicle owners complain of the frequent car damage which affects their income.
As we were coming down, our axle had a problem due to the bad nature of the road, and we have springs that are broken due to the bad nature of the road.
Residents are complaining that the deplorable state of the road has increased transport fare. Initially, commuters pay between 800 and 1,000 francs, but they now pay at least 20,000 francs for the same distance. The people are now calling on the government to fix their situation and build the National Road number 11 in order to improve their living standards.
Have you ever been a victim of a road accident, and were you compensated on time by your insurance companies? Are these $1 million question? In Cameroon, many victims of accidents say they wait for several months, sometimes even years, before receiving compensation for their injuries by their insurance companies. Behind the enormous files and drawn-out procedures, victims usually lose hope in the process. This issue sparked discussions or a debate at a symposium held in Douala in the presence of medical doctors, legal minds, and the insurers themselves. Cedric Chakutio was there.
After an accident or an assault, victims injured hope to obtain fair and swift compensation. Yet in Cameroon, between complex administrative procedures, judicial delays and difficulties in assessing damages, the process is very often long with obstacles.
La première difficulté, c'est déjà l'obtention de ce procès verbal de constat d'accident qui donne le droit.
These concerns were at the heart of a symposium organized in Douala, bringing together doctors, lawyers, insurers and victims to discuss the issue of compensation for personal injuries.
Okay, the colloque was motivated by the fact that around the system of insurance, medical expertise, we've noticed that there are some errors or we still have some lacking. So we need to match all the parts that are included in the system. assurance company, judiciary system, and the medical system. So at the end, you have to notice that you have to make sure that the victim has been well examined.
Specialists believe that the capacity to access personal injuries has improved considerably in recent years. The difficulties, therefore, do not necessarily lie in the diagnostic stage.
So you have to take everything. Some patients have psychological effects that we don't consider during the domain of the expertise. So we need to sit now to take every part from the insurance, as you say, to gather everybody to make sure that it's okay.
But once the medical examination is completed, victims often encounter other obstacles. For Legal Minds,
l'assureur qui a encaissé la prime, lorsque l'événement survient, il développe assez de dilatoire pour ne rien payer du tout.
Administrative and judicial delays are one of the main obstacles to effective compensation.
Alors que la loi, le code CIMA, en ce qui concerne les sinistres qui sont ressortis de son champ d'application, doivent être réglés en extrême urgence.
Faced with criticism, insurance companies point out the fact that they too must contend with numerous constraints.
Malheureusement, les dossiers qui sont portés, qui sont des faux dossiers, qui sont portés par des gens qui sont sur le marché.
They cite in particular the difficulties related to complying files and verifying reported damages.
Faire payer et des montants exorbitants pour couvrir ces risques à des personnes qui devaient recevoir les indemnités.
Between the legitimate expectations of victims, medical requirements and legal constraints, compensation for personal injury remains a major challenge in Cameroon. The symposium, nevertheless opened in Douala, opened therefore the debate on the need for better coordination among the various stakeholders.
In other news, stakeholders in the Ministry of Finance have been seeking ways of ensuring that non-tax revenues are paid into the state coffers and on time. The actors in the collection chain of the Southwest and the littoral regions met to discuss the way forward here in the economic capital Douala, and to overcome widespread user resistance and informal leakages, authorities are deploying strict administrative sanctions alongside electronic payment systems to secure public funds. Loma Eru with more.
For finance experts, the situation is critical since these non-fiscal revenue were introduced into the 2026 finance law. Barely 2.2 billion francs CFA have been mobilized nationwide. Faced with a low turnout, the seminar in Douala is a crucial turning point.
Of bringing revenue collectors for a seminar, for a workshop like this, is to create awareness, to disseminate information that concerns revenue collection. And the purpose of collecting revenue is to optimize the collection of revenue. That is always found in the circular for preparation of every year's budget signed by the President of the Republic.
While the littoral region seeks to optimize its performance, the situation is even more complex in the neighboring Southwest region. There, revenue collection faces heavy headwinds, local setback, users' reluctance, and informal channels. To break this deadlock, authorities are ready to get tough to compel citizens to pay regularly. A strict arsenal of financial and administrative sanctions is now being tabled.
Bon, the challenges we have been facing is a problem of communication. Many people are not still very aware. Today we have come and many things have been explained, and when we go back, I think that what we'll do is put for the communique for the attention of the general population to sensitize them on what the state is about to embark on.
To win the revenue table, the Ministry of Finance is not acting alone. The success of this reform relies on a vast network of stakeholders linking central services in Yaoundé directly to field agents on the ground.
the major actors concerned in revenue collection or for this workshop, you have the vote holder or the authorizing officer and the accountant. Those are the two principal actors. Then you also have the finance controllers, because any revenue that you have to collect has to be visited by the finance controller. So who is a vote holder? A vote holder is the person who has the power to issue the papers that must be signed before you collect revenue. And the finance controller has to visit that before the vote holder orders sends the paper for payment to the revenue collector.
Thank you, sir. Okay. The ultimate weapon against fraud and embezzlement in this system has a name: digitalization. By transitioning to electric payment, the government intends to cut down cash transactions, which are often prone to leakage. The challenge remains huge, as bringing digital tools into deeply rooted habits will surely bring technical and cultural hurdles.
And now we talk sports. The long-awaited World Cup competition kicks off this evening in Mexico, and the inaugural match will be played between South Africa and Mexico. But some players, fans, and other match officials have been facing serious issues having visas to give them access into the United States of America, where most of the World Cup matches or encounters will be played. And now, what are some of the exigencies and controversies? Our sportsman Smaji Kangiber explains in this write-up.
U.S. authorities required players and staff to remain outside DR Congo and be symptom-free before entry due to public health concerns over Ebola. That forced changes to travel plans, and a warm-up match against Chile was moved from Spain and played behind closed doors. FIFA and DR Congo officials say the delegation was cleared after meeting protocols. Reports also show their 26-man squad is based outside DR Congo, which helped satisfy entry rules. FIFA has ordered Haiti to redesign its kit by removing the silhouette and artwork inspired by the 1803 Battle of Vétiers and the Haitian Revolution. FIFA ruled the image could be seen as political or military messages, which are banned under equipment regulations. The manufacturer and Haitian Football Federation say the design celebrated history and resilience, not politics, but the image must come off before the tournament. For fans, the caution remains, and in some cases, it's stricter. Visa delays and denials are affecting supporters from several countries. Even with a match ticket, entry is not guaranteed. The U.S. launched a FIFA priority appointment scheduling system, PASS, but visa approval is still required. Some travelers, including Congolese fans, report extra vetting. The case of Somali referee Omar Abdul Kader Atan, denied entry despite a valid visa, has heightened concerns. However, FIFA and U.S. authorities have granted exemptions for players, coaches, and essential staff. Ordinary supporters are still subject to standard immigration rules. This is coming at a time when ticket prices for MAC matches are drawing criticisms. FIFA says demand has exceeded expectations, with millions sold, and vuvuzelas are out. Air horns and similar noisemakers are banned from 2026 stadiums, a decision sparking debate among supporters who call it part of football culture. As football starts this Thursday, but for many, getting to the game remains the first challenge.
Thanks, Matt. Just to let our viewers know that their special program for the opening ceremony of the World Cup comes up at exactly 6:30 p.m. on Equinoxe television. That is immediately after the news in the English language. And viewers, that was what we put together for you this evening on the news in the English language. Thank you so much for always being there. Don't go away. Our programs continue. Bye-bye for now.